Good morning, second grade math students. How are you doing today? Great. It's good to be with you again after our weekend. And today is Monday, and today we're starting a new unit, and this unit is going to be all about measuring. And what you're going to be measuring is money, amounts of money. And you're also going to do some measuring of time, and that's going to be later on in the unit. So time will be later, and money will be the first half of the unit. So the next 5 lessons will all have to do with money and coins. Okay, and with the email that I sent out with this link to this video, I asked your parents to get you a bank ready, a bank of coins, and hopefully you have that today. And the amounts that you need to put in there. And we're going to go ahead and read the focus question, and we're on Unit 8, page 329. Okay, and it looks like this. And we're not going to do the solve and share yet. We're going to do some review with coins, but we're going to start with reading the I can statement. Okay, and I have written it for you, and I'll read it. We're on 8.1, page 239. The I can statement is up at the top right. I can solve problems with coins. Okay, one more time. I can solve problems with coins. Okay, and we're going to do some review, and I'm going to have you turn to page 330 for this. And right away, I want you to go ahead and get some kind of marker, either a Post-it or a paper clip, and put a marker in on this page. Okay, because this page, right up at the top, you'll be coming back to for the values of your coins. Okay. Now with measuring, both in time and in money, we're going to start out with counting by skip counting, because skip counting is one of the important things you do with both counting money and counting time. So we're going to count up to 100 by 5s. Okay, and we'll start at 0, and we'll do it together. Ready? 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, and now we're going to do it by tens. We're going to start at 0, and we're going to stop at 100. Ready? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, and you can go ahead and do that on your own as well, because counting by 5s and counting by 10s is going to help you when you're counting money and time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase this and put my hundreds chart aside for now. And we're going to go to that page 330 to use that as our guide. And we're going to look for the coins in our bag when I call them out. Okay, and we're going to use this as well. So I'm going to start with the penny, and the penny is the darkest one. It's copper or copper colored brown. So take out a penny. Okay, and then take a look at it, and the value of the penny is 1 cent. So cent is the symbol that we use Cents is the word. And then a dollar would be 100 cents. And that's the word for dollar. And dollar has a symbol too, but I'm not going to confuse you with it right now to show you. I'm just going to focus on the cent. The cent symbol is a C with a line through it. Okay, and that's the symbol that we use. And here's the word cents. And it's the C with the E after it, so it makes the S sound. Cents. Okay, it also has a homophone, sense, like your senses. Okay, so one more time, cents, symbol. So the value of the penny, the dark one, is 1 cent. And sometimes you'll see it with the capital P and a circle around it. And sometimes you'll have it written this way, and this is called dollar and cents notation. But we're not going to worry about that right now either. For this 5 lessons, we're going to write it this way with the cent symbol and the SC and the line through it. So let's go ahead and find a nickel. Okay, the nickel is silver colored. It'll say nickel on it, so you can find it. And the back of the nickel, it has a building. Kind of looks like that. And the nickel, the value of the nickel is 5 cents. And it's a capital N with a circle. And that's how you spell the word nickel. So penny, nickel. So now let's find a dime. And the dime is the smallest one. It's also got the face of a person on it. And these are all presidents. And the back of the nickel has a flame, a torch, like the Olympic flame. I mean, the back of the dime has the Olympic flame. This one right here. Sorry, I made a mistake. D, sometimes you'll see it with a capital D in a circle. 10 cents. 10 cents. Dime. Okay, and it looks like this in the back with the flame. Okay, and the next one is the quarter, and I tried to draw it there because I didn't have it written. The quarter is the one, also has a head of, I think it's Washington, President Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Eisenhower, Washington, I think I'm not sure. I can't remember from when I was in school. The quarter has a capital Q, 25 cents. And they call it a quarter because it's worth a quarter of a dollar. So 25 cents is a quarter of a dollar. And if you have your whole right here and you make 4 quarters, this is what the worth of the 25 cents is. Okay, and then the next one, which is not on here because I didn't draw it. It also has a president on it, and it's Kennedy, and it's the largest coin. Maybe your family had this, maybe not. They're not very popular, and they're not really used very much. And on the back of it, it has the eagle, the bald eagle, and it is worth 50 cents. And it's called a half dollar because it's 2 25s. So if this was the whole, then now it would be 50 cents, 2 25. So it would be 25 plus 25. Okay, so maybe your parents have a 50-cent piece, maybe they don't. That's okay. They're not very popular. They're not used very much, but you will probably see it in the book. They want you to know what it looks like. Okay, and we have dollar pieces too, and all the dollar pieces that I know of, except for one, have Lady Liberty on it, Sacagawea, and Susan B. Anthony. So they're all women on the dollar pieces, except for the old Eisenhower one, which is really big. And those are very, very uncommon. Okay? And I think I might even have a Susie B somewhere right here. Oh, here it is. I got one the other day in the store. So Susie B. Anthony, she was a nurse. And that's what the Susie B. Anthony looks like. And maybe you've seen it before. And on the back is also the bald eagle, but in a different way. So this would be worth 100 pennies, Susie B. All right, so I hope you have some fun with those coins. I'm going to teach you a game tomorrow that you can play with them. But for today, we're going to go ahead and do the guided practice together. Okay, and the guided practice is right here. It's on page 330. And it asks you to count. Lee has these coins. How many cents does Lee have? So you have to count them up. Look up here to your guide and count them up. So this is 10. And this is 10 more, so it's 20. And then we have a nickel. So 20 plus 5 is 25. You're going to have to count up or skip count. Okay, and then 5 more is going to be 30. And we know it's 5 more because we look up here and we see the nickels. And then 1 more, we're going to count by ones. And it's going to be 31 cents. So we go over here, and for the total, we write 31 cents. Okay, so you're going to be skip counting and counting up. Skip counting and counting up, or adding on. They call it adding on. Total value of a group of coins. Okay, so let's do number 2. Now here's the big one, the $50. So the $50 is worth 50 cents. Now the quarters are all going to look different because they have the 50 states on the back of them, so they're just going to probably show you the front, which is George Washington, picture of George Washington. And it's the second biggest one. Okay, and that one is 25, so we're adding on. So we have 50 plus 25 is 50, 60, 70, plus 5 is 75. So we put 75 down here. 10 more, 75. 85. And then 1 more, 85 plus 1, 86. Okay, 86 cents. All right, so you're counting on, counting up, and you're skip counting. You get to skip count when you're counting the same amount past. So 2 tens, 10, 20, 5, 10. Okay, and that's a strategy. You can group all the 10s together, you can group all the 5s together and count those first, and then count the other individual ones. That is a strategy you can do. So for the independent practice, you're going to do that on your own. Okay, and you have some skip counting you can do here by 5s, and then here it's a little more challenging because they're not the same. Here they're all dimes, and then here it's going to be more challenging because they're not all the same. Okay, I recommend you find these coins from your bank and put them out. Explore the coins in your bank, and tomorrow I'll show you a game that you're going to play using the hundreds grid that I sent home earlier in the year. Okay, another important thing to remember is the size doesn't necessarily mean it's the most value, like the largest or the smallest, because the dime is the smallest, but it's not the least in value. Okay, most of them, like the 50-cent piece and the quarter, 50-cent piece is the biggest one and it's 50 cents, and the quarter is the next biggest and it's 25. But then you come to the dime and it is the smallest one. Best thing you could do is read the coins themselves and see what their value is. Okay, let's read the I can statement one more time. I can solve problems with coins. And you're working on your skip counting, adding on or counting up, and you're counting the total value of a group of coins. All right, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day.